Hello, Matthew. Welcome. Okay, so we're starting to slowly get people in.
Cool, cool.
Once they're in, got a couple more
Welcome,
people
welcome.
in. Thank you guys for joining us. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna introduce you, Rick.
Awesome.
Uh, and then we're gonna introduce you again as people come on. We're just gonna
Sounds good. Let's
gonna
keep
welcome them
introducing me.
on in. Awesome. Sounds good. So right now, I'm Aisha Padilla. I'm with EXP Millnet. I'm on the board of directors as the national events coordinator. Um, and we're just happy to be here with Rick Guerrero. Yeah,
Thank you.
Rick,
Thank you
I'm
for
gonna
having
let you
me.
take the stage. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'll take over. So yeah, I'm honored to be here twice now. I see that we got Matthew from North Virginia, John from San Antonio. Awesome. So as people log in, one of the things I'm going to talk about right now is strategic ways in today's market to get more clients, to get more buyers, more sellers, and then how to incorporate AI on top of that. So since we have Matthew and John in the group so far, you guys can comment below. Are either one of you open for more clients? If you can you handle more clients right now? John says always. Great. Matthew always. Awesome. Awesome. So tell me a little bit, how long have you two been in the business? How long have you been real estate agents for? 1 year. Awesome job, Matt. 1.5 years. All right, so we got some newbies. So this strategy could be super effective for you, maybe not. But in the time that you've been in the business for a year, how many past clients do you currently have? Six. Okay, wonderful. Eight. All right. So you guys are going to test me today because usually when I talk on this topic, the agents have a database of like 100 to 200 or 50 plus past clients. And I share with them ways to leverage their database to go out and get new past clients. But since we got some newbies here, we're going to pivot and shift because that's what we do. We always got to pivot and shift. So, one of the strategies I teach and I share is reaching out to your database to all your past clients and scheduling what we call an annual client review. And here's why I'm big on this because I ask agents all the time, what are you doing to follow up with your database? And you guys can type in the box there what you're currently doing. But what most agents tell me they do to follow up with their past clients is they'll send them a thank you card, they'll send them a birthday card, maybe they send them like a happy anniversary card, but usually that's the extent. Comment on post. That's usually the extent of what most agents do. If you do more, please speak up if I'm off. Alicia, anything extra you do that I might be missing?
Oh my goodness, I'm a big fan of video texts to them.
Awesome,
Just like it
awesome.
personalizes things for them, and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, she's calling me." It's been a while, man. I wonder what she's up to. And I just really, I think that's been effective for me.
No,
Yeah.
and that's great. So that's one thing that probably 99% or 95% of realtors don't do. So that puts you in the top 5%. So great job. I'm a huge fan of video texts. Getting face to face with people is huge because then it's a stickier way to connect versus a text or a message or a card, right? So thanks. Thank you for sharing that. Um, so the NAR statistics tell us that the average family moves 7 times in their lifetime. All right. So we know that a family that we help is going to move anywhere between 1 to 7 more times in the lifetime, depending on what point we get them. Right. So we're coached to stay in touch with our database by in some way or another. So that way, when they move again, they keep you in mind and work with you. However, the statistics tell us that when they move 7 times in their lifetime, more often than not, they use a different realtor. Why do you think they use a different realtor? Put it in the chat box.
And you guys feel free to chime in, and take your
Yeah,
mics
feel free to speak up
off
too.
and speak up.
If you guys just want to talk through this and have a conversation, that is welcomed. And I promise you'll get more out of it if you want to just jump in and talk.
Because I can't remember you.
Bingo. Great job, John. They can't remember you. Awesome. So, I'm a big advocate, like I said, of doing annual client reviews because not only can they not remember you, but the other big thing is they don't see your value. Consumers do not see your value. They don't think you're worth 3%. They don't think, I hear my friends talking about listing their home and they're like, I don't want to work with a realtor. I don't want to give up 6%. They don't see the value in what you do. Okay. So for me, it's like, how do we change that? We got to show value. We got to let them know that we are valuable. Not only are we worth our 6%, we're worth much, much more. And that's where I'm going to share you a strategy of how I do that. Okay. So right now in today's environment, I don't know if you guys have experienced it. There's a lot of companies out there trying to put you out of the business. There's Redfin, there's Zillow, there's these realty groups that they'll list and sell for a flat fee of $1,200 or $500 or whatever, right? So those are our competition. Now, me, like I'm a lender. I'm competing against brokers. I'm Rocket, Zillow just as well. Zillow became a lender. So like we all have to raise our level of value so the customer recognizes that we're worth what we charge. Okay. So for me, I do what I call an annual client review. And I set this up in the very beginning of my buyer's presentation. So John Matthew, you've been doing this for about a year now. Do you currently have a buyer's presentation?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. I think Matthew said yes too, or that was a text from earlier. So I set up early my buyer's presentation. I let them know, like, not only am I going to help get you pre-approved or help show you homes or help, guide you through the process, but just want to let you know that I expect to be your real estate advisor for life. And what that looks like is I'm going to follow up with you and we're going to meet every single year to go over your mortgage statement, to go over your numbers. So that way you are well informed on where you're at. So how many of us, we're all familiar with financial advisors, right? If you're a high net worth individual and you have a lot of assets, how often are you meeting with your financial advisor?
Not often enough.
Not often enough.
My
Being honest.
my financial advisor is my wife. So every day.
Every day. Good. Good. So we need to cut that down by 365 days and just do it once a year. So usually financial advisors meet with their client every single year to review their portfolio, right? Well, what is the largest asset most people own? It's their home, and you helped get them there. So if I were, one of the things I coach a lot of my realtor partners on is they're not used to reaching out to their database. So here's a script that I wrote, and we'll go through it together of what I give them to reach out to their current database to start scheduling annual client reviews. So the purpose of the annual client review, everybody, it's not to sell anything. It's not to, push them to do anything. It's primarily a value-based check-in designed to help homeowners make sure that nothing has been overlooked with their homes, mortgage, taxes, or insurance. It's not a sales call. It's about protecting them, clarity, and long-term support. I don't know during the process, but how many times, maybe not too many for y'all, but there's been tons of times where I talk to clients, they have no idea what their mortgage statement reads or what it says. They don't know what anything on there means. So when I have these annual client reviews, it's a very effective way for me to show them my value and elevate myself to the service level that nobody else is doing. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'll start off, I'll call up John and say, hey, John, it's Rick. How's it been since the last 12 months since you sold your home? How's your family? And just, ask how things are going. As he tells me, I listen, I hear him, I pause, and I say, well, look, the reason I'm calling today is I wanted to schedule I wanted to personally check in because it's been a while since we've worked together. And I like to stay connected with my clients, even when we're not actively buying and selling. One thing I've learned over the years is most homeowners never hear from the realtor again unless they're moving. And I don't think that's right. So once a year, I like to do an annual homeownership check-in and make sure that everything is still lined up and working as it should. I partnered with my lender, Rick, and together we do an annual homeownership review. It's not about selling or refinancing. It's really about making sure that nothing has slipped through the cracks. During this review, we're going to look at several things like your mortgage statement, your property taxes and home exemptions, your homeowner's insurance, and any opportunities to lower cost or clean things up. We've caught many times where families have are overpaying and not realizing it. Rick once caught a family that was paying $10,000 a year in homeowners insurance because the family forgot to pay their homeowners insurance bill. The mortgage company forced placed them, and that forced placement was 10K a year. We caught it. We see them 7,000. So the goal of this is to just make sure that we protect you as a homeowner and that you always have someone watching out for you, not just when you're buying and selling. Even if nothing changes, you still get that peace of mind that everything looks good. It'll take 15 to 20 minutes. What's a good time for you? How does that sound? It sounds too salesy?
No, it sounds pretty easy. I mean, you already know them. So,
I already know them. They'll probably be like, yeah, sounds good. So then I ask them to send over a mortgage statement so that way we can review it. Okay. So let's say that they send us over the mortgage statement. We have the call with them. There is then a checklist of questions that I ask. I'm gonna pull my checklist up. So again, the mindset that we have going into this is bring in value, showing our level of service, showing our value, trying to help, all about helping and guiding them. Okay. I had my checklist up and now I closed it. Is this it?
And Rick, feel free to share your screen if you like
Yeah,
to.
absolutely. I'll share it here. Oh, here we go. Share. Okay, so let me zoom in on this. So this is the annual financial review worksheet. I call it annual financial review here, annual client review, annual mortgage review. I would stick to the scripting of the annual client review. It's more friendly. So this is kind of the questions I go through that I ask them. But before I get into this, I want to look at their mortgage statement. I thought I might have had a mortgage statement on my desktop to show you. Maybe not. I don't see one here. But I look at their mortgage statement, and in their mortgage statement, I see that the house, I see what their loan amount is, what their balance is, what their payment structure is, taxes, insurance, et cetera. I see it all. So I'll have Leisha pull comps to the neighborhood. They bought the home 2 years ago for 350. The comps show the house is now worth 420, right? So how much equity do they currently have? 350, now worth 420. What's their current equity position? Somebody chatted. 70,000. Thanks, Matt. Absolutely right. So then what I say is, what's really cool about this, John, is that you bought this home with a VA loan. So with your investment of $0, you now have $70,000 in equity. That's like a 7,000% return. Where else can you get a return like that? That's incredible. How's your 401k doing? Now, sometimes our consumers are FHA or conventional. So on conventional, it'd be 5% down, 17,500. Congratulations, your equity is 87.5. You use a 5% down conventional loan, which means that you had a return of 600% on your money. Either way, we want to let them know what their equity position is and congratulate them on that because many people don't realize what that means. Does that make sense? Okay.
That makes
So we then look over the mortgage statement, make sure that they're filing their homestead for their taxes. Again, things people don't know. Make sure that they are advise them on how to freeze their taxes. I talk to so many people. My taxes constantly go up. I don't know what to do. Every year, the statements go up. So I'm in Georgia, and in Georgia, I bought my home for 420, but then when my taxes came out, the tax assessment was like for 675. So I'm like, no, that's not worth 675. I just bought it for 420. Here's my closing disclosures, right? So I fought my taxes, and I got them frozen because I had the document showing what the property was worth. Well, if I didn't have that, what would I do to show what my property is worth? Anybody know? How can I show what my property is worth when fighting my taxes? Anyone want to take a guess?
Can't you use the CRM? Or I mean, CMA?
CMA, there you go. And how does a CMA pull numbers? What does a CMA use to pull numbers?
Comparative. What's sold?
Comparatives, comps. Yep. So we pull up a list of what's sold in the area comparable to ours, and we go to the tax assessor and appeal our taxes and show them, hey, all these properties were sold for 550. Why am I being taxed at 675? And then we freeze our taxes. Usually, depending on the state and county, you can freeze up to 3 years if you win your appeal. Okay. So many people don't know how to do that. That is a huge value that you can bring to the table. And you can even print their comps for them. And then I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, when you do that, do you know what the next thing they ask is? Can you help my friend?
Oh, there's that.
Would you mind helping my friend or helping my sister? John says he actually offers in his neighborhood. John, tell us what that means. How do you do that?
Now I'm in. I guess it's still considered a new build community, even though it's been here about 4 years. They're still building, but we have our own page on Facebook. So I go out onto that page and I just offer it out there, and I've done at least 3 or 4 in the last. Well, this is my second year doing it, but I'm in the middle of doing a couple in it right now for neighbors.
Love it. So how did you do it for the neighbors? You just in the Facebook group?
Yeah, just through the Facebook group, they would reach out and stuff. Plus, that gets the neighbors to know that I'm doing real estate.
Wonderful. Love it.
Nice.
Love it. And I'm going to show you another way to do that too. So that's through the Facebook group. One of the things that I did, I'm pulling it up here. Does everybody have Nextdoor?
I do.
Next door. So
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, like I'm trying to get in front of my neighbors to know what I do. I'm trying to go to my comments here 1 week ago. I was getting blown up on this a few weeks ago. Uh, so I posted on Nextdoor last 30 days. How do I search the stuff I posted? I obviously don't use Nextdoor a lot.
Oh, my activity up top, maybe?
uh, my activity. Where do you see that?
Right up top. When you were scrolling, all those scrolls right there, right up top above it. You don't have to
Oh,
scroll.
boom.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So I made this post February 15th, how I appealed my property taxes and won. Hi, neighbors. Rick here. I live in the neighborhood and work as a mortgage advisor. Every year, I sit down with my clients and do what I call an annual mortgage review. We look at property taxes, homestead, blah, 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 blah. Had 29 comments. People are reaching out to me asking if they can meet with me, if I could help them. I had people DMing me. What's your email? Now, here's the thing. Many of them reached out to me, then they didn't respond back. But that's fine. Here's a good one. I'm thinking about refinancing my condo and would like to go through a mortgage review with you.
Mm.
Guy never responded back. That's fine. I would like to discuss property taxes with you. I reside in this HOA off Midway. So I actually spoke to this lady. She was super nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 direct DMs.
So, question for you, Rick.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever gotten any pushback from the assessor's office when
Well,
you go to do this?
so yes, all the time, but because they
I
think I'm
love it.
wrong. So here's how the pushback looks is that the assessor will be like, nope, our appraiser. So when you appeal in Georgia, you get to go in front of like a judge or a committee.
Mhm.
Okay. The committee is just a bunch of random people they pull off the street that have no idea what's going on. So I go in, And I'm like, so you guys are saying my property taxes are this amount. Here are my comps. And then they say, let's three-way in the appraiser. I'm like, let's three-way them in. So they asked the appraiser, what were your comps? And the appraiser says, well, my comps were 675 or 700. And the person says, well, can you show them to us? And he's like, well, I don't have them. And I say, well, I have mine. I've already set this appointment. So what are we going to do?
Mm, I
And
like
they're like, well, so then what they say is like, all right, so Rick, we're not going to lower your taxes, but we won't go up.
that's something.
No,
So we're
yeah.
right. Okay.
So, but no, but it's a great question because I think, look, will that happen for everybody in every single state, county, city? I have no clue. But if you don't
Mm,
try, what's the outcome? Your taxes go up. So if you so here's what I did learn is that right now, I let's say I get my tax bill right now. I went into Zillow and I pulled past transactions. I'm going to show you my neighborhood. So I'm not a realtor, right? So I don't have access to the comps you guys do. You guys have so much more stuff. I'm like a normal consumer trying to scam the system. So I type in my zip code and I go to sold up to 600, apply. I think you do a time frame, right? From So we'll say I have a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, apply. So these are all the homes that sold. So I'll click each one and I'll make like a database of 10 or 12 that show the comps that benefit me. Right. If there's one that's better, I'm not showing that one.
I know.
so, and like they have no idea what they're reviewing. So
Yeah.
I send them, I do all this. Well, here's where I messed up is it, I pull all these sales, right? And I show up to my meeting and I'm like, all right, here are my sales. Here's what I did. And they're like, well, Rick, this is all really good. And this is where I screwed up. They said, this is really good, but these are from the past 6 months. I'm like, yeah. Well, right now, this is June. I'm like, yeah. The way we do the assessment is from last year. And I'm like,
Ah.
even better.
Mm.
Properties appraised. My taxes should be even lower.
Good. So it works in your
Thought on my
favor.
feet.
I like it.
So, so yeah, I think that this is a creative way to like post on Nextdoor or post on these groups because am I bringing value to the neighbors? Now,
Absolutely.
what do most like again, my hat is lender. What do most lenders say? Hey, I'm a lender in the neighborhood. If you need to refinance, save money, give me a call, right? Well, if I say that, no one's going to respond because they don't care. That nobody cares about saving money because people don't trust anybody. But one of the things I know is every year when the tax bills come out, I see people all the time asking about, complaining about their taxes. And I see businesses that charge people to do this. So I told the client, he's like, thank you so much, Rick. I really appreciate it. Anything I can do for you? I said, absolutely. Anybody you have that's looking to buy or rent, please give them my number. But also, would you be open to leaving me a Google review? I'm trying to get over 100. So he leaves me a Google review. I'm trying to find him here. He wrote this one right here. A guy I met on Nextdoor. Now, what you could also do in this situation is how many of you do like a monthly home report or home value email? I'm big on sending home value emails because people love that. Do you know what that home value email is? No. Um, Home value. I gotta find it. Oh, is it home report maybe? Hmm, where is my home report? I saw it when I typed it in. So it's like this. It's an email that goes out to your database, to all the people you sold homes to, or all the people you put in your database. And it gives them a monthly home report of how their home is performing. So this one says your home value is now at this amount, 820. Um, market insights, extra payments to pay it off, thinking about moving, latest real estate news, tap the home equity. But what I find is most people love this report because they like to know how much their house is worth. So for all these people that I spoke to, I said, Leisha, would it be helpful to you if I put you in my system and every single month it sent you an email of what the value of your home is worth? She'd be like, is it free? Absolutely. And if you love it, there's a button up top that says invite your friends. Invite all your friends, girl. It'll be the coolest kid in the neighborhood. So, all right. So now let's incorporate a little bit of AI into this, right? So I'm a terrible writer, guys. I could barely spell. My punctuation is terrible. I don't know when to. I put too many exclamation points in things. I capitalize stuff. People think I'm yelling. I'm not. I'm just Hispanic and I'm excited. So there is no way I could have wrote this. So what I do is I go to ChatGPT. I'm like all over the place in my presentation. I'll try to bring it back around, go back to the annual client review here shortly. We just got pivoted because many of y'all don't have a database. So I wanted to show you how to get in front of people. So let's do this. I am a new realtor. I've only been doing this for a year and a half. I don't have a big database, but I want to try to bring value to my neighbors and my community through the Nextdoor app. So I want to make a post. I constantly see people complaining about their home taxes going up. What's something I can post to get people to engage with me? So I said it like this because, like, obviously, I've been doing this long enough. Like, I have a lot of ideas, but if you don't have any ideas, ask ChatGPT for help.
I like where this is going.
This sentence right here is freaking powerful. I would probably put this as the first one as my hook.
Hmm.
You guys can read it, or should I read it out loud?
Now I can read it.
I'm gonna post this one right now. That's a
Yeah.
good one. Shoot, you know what? I'm so glad I'm teaching this class because I never do this myself, and I wish I would have. These are great advice. All right, so let's try something unique here. I love the pro tip. So last week, I reviewed 16 neighbors that reached out to me on Nextdoor on their property taxes. And when I reviewed their mortgage statement, I noticed one was paying $10,000 a year in homeowners insurance. Their mortgage company force placed them because they forgot to pay their insurance bill. And I caught it and was able to immediately save money. How can I leverage that story into a Nextdoor post? This is gold. Why do you think this is gold, everybody?
Because
Because
nobody
people
else is
love
doing it.
stories. Stories. People connect with stories. I can give you all the information in the world, but unless I phrase it in a story that somebody connects with, it doesn't like sink in. It doesn't digest. When they see it in a story, they're like, oh yeah, that's me. That's my situation. Or that happened to my neighbor, Sam. I need to connect Sam with you. So it's all about stories. So here we go. I reviewed 16 neighbors' property assessments last week. Thank you to everyone who reached out. Ooh, that's good. While looking through one homeowner's mortgage statement, I noticed something concerning. They were being charged $10,000 a year for homeowners insurance. Turns out their original insurance policy had lapsed and the mortgage company placed force placed. That type of insurance is usually much more expensive. We were able to correct it immediately, lower their monthly payments. I'm sharing this because sometimes reviewing your mortgage statement once a year can save you thousands. If you ever want to set a second set of eyes on it, let me know. I'm happy to help. All right. So check this out. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's my stand. I have my phone right here. I'm going to take a picture of me like shocked in the face. I have a little stand that I put my phone on when I make my videos. I have no idea where it's at. All right. I'll just try to stand it up here. Take a photo. All right. So I took this photo of me. I'm going to share it. Does that look pretty shocked? Okay. So we talked about using Nextdoor, right? I believe the best place to connect with community is through Facebook groups. So I'm going to say I love option one. I want to post this in a Facebook group for Middle Georgia Warner Robins. Oops. I've lost my Facebook group. Where is it at? Where's my post next door? All right, copy.
I hadn't thought of leveraging that platform before that way.
So going to go to groups. I'm going to try to find the biggest group. So Warner Robins. Wait, I'm in all these groups. I should be. It's in all my groups. There we go. 26,000, 18,000, 59, 12,000, 97,000. Let's go to this one. So where's my photo? I lost my photo, my shocked face. You know what? I'm not going to post in the group. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to post it on my wall. Why am I posting in the group when I could post on my wall? Oh my gosh. I can't believe they joined that team. That's terrible. Um, I want to I take out the dashes because ChatGPT is big into the dashes. Um, cancel. Post. My shocked face. My post. Now I'm going to share it in some groups. So, are you guys all in the Military Relocation Nation?
Yes.
Join that group. That's a great group.
Yes, I believe I am.
I'm gonna copy and paste again up top. I probably don't need to, but people are lazy and don't read, so I'm gonna do it again. Post it. Share groups. Robins to go. That's a big group. Post. Share groups. Fort Bragg. 16 VA homeowners. Okay, maybe it's a little bit of a stretch, but still, I gotta connect to that audience. Groups. This is a small community group that one of my partners is with. Those are the other ones. The community groups are awesome. So groups. One of my realtors has a group, Loganville, living in Loganville. All right, I'm going to post this in one of my groups. If you guys aren't following this group, go ahead and try to follow it. EXP Millnet, Georgia. GA, EXP. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm not in it. I don't remember the name. Oh, here we go. Georgia State Millnet Public Group. All right, so showed you how to post it in the groups. We could also post it on Nextdoor, but that way just brings value to that community, hopefully gets you in front of people, and then you have conversations and try to help them. Is that helpful, everybody? All right, so now let's go back to our annual client reviews that I was showing you how to do. So when I have my annual client reviews, again, we go through the mortgage statement, look for ways to save the money, show them the equity position, and then I ask some basic financial questions. I don't always ask all of these. It's kind of like just a template for me, depending on the client and where things are going. But I just want to make sure that like I have a strong understanding of their life and their lifestyle so that I can best advise them in the future, but also be prepared for them in the future. So have you had any significant life changes since we last spoke? Like any new babies, adopted kids, aging parents, marriage, divorce, illness, promotion, new job, starting a business, shutting down a business, bankruptcy, inheritance. What's going on? Want to learn what's going on in your life so that way, God forbid, if you need anything, like we have your home that we can use as a piggy bank, or not piggy bank, but you're not going to lose your home. Have you had any significant changes in the size and structure of your family? Are you planning to have any more kids? They could be like, yeah, we have 3, we want to have 2 more, and they live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I could assure you, as a child, you do not want to live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with 4 siblings. It's not fun. Number 3, have you had any desire to purchase a second home? Is there anywhere else in the country you like to own a home to spend more time there? Like we were mentioning earlier, we have clients that have so much equity in their home that they can leverage that using the home equity line of credit. They can access some of that cash and use that to buy a second home. Regarding investment side of your portfolio, tell me how things have been going with investing money. And do you have any interest in investing in real estate? No? Cool. Do you have your kids set up on a 529 plan for their education? We don't want to just be focusing on selling them homes. We want to make sure that their family is positioned to succeed and their kids are going to go to college. And if not college, some type of secondary program or school where they can get the education needed to be successful in life. Do you have overall life insurance policy and strategy in place? Should we consider whether we can generate additional cash flow to fund a life insurance policy if you don't have one? Do you intend to remodel or add any additions to your home? Are there any big picture purchases you plan to make in the next 12 to 24 months that we should talk about? Have you had any significant changes in your employment or income over the last year? Do you anticipate any new changes over the next 2 to 5 years? All right. Now, these three questions here, obviously you're the realtor, so you wouldn't ask them if they had a realtor, but these three questions here are the most important questions of this entire thing. So, Jonathan, can I pick on you to help me out with this? Can you be my volunteer? Or John? I don't know. I called you Jonathan. Sorry, John.
Sure.
All right, John. Do you currently have a CPA you love and trust?
Yes.
Awesome. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate them?
At an 8.
An 8. That's great,
Yes.
Jonathan. I am always looking to meet more CPAs that are an 8 or better. Would it be crazy if you connected me with them in a three-way text?
No, not at all.
Cool. So John connects me with that CPA in a three-way text. I say, John raved about you, said you're amazing, that you're a great CPA. I meet with clients every single month, and many of them don't have a CPA. Are you open to taking on more clients? What do you think the CPA would say?
Hopefully, of course.
Of course. So then I say, great, 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 great. Here's how I like to work, if that's okay with you, John, is I like to work like reciprocate. So if I send you clients, is it reasonable for you to send me some back?
Yes.
No. And if he says no, cool. I'll add you to the bottom of my list. But anyway, so let's say John says that he has a CPA that's a 7 out of 10. I say, John, great. I'm glad you have a CPA, but 7 out of 10, tell me more. Like, why aren't they a 10? Well, they don't always call me back. They're not always available, blah, blah, blah. I understand. I have a database, a freaking rock star 10 out of 10 CPAs. Would it be crazy if I connect you with one of mine that'll really bring you more value and help you save money and your family money? Absolutely. I then connect John with one of my CPAs. I brought my CPA a lead. Now my CPA is more motivated to bring me a lead. Make sense?
Oh
Hopefully,
yeah.
yes. So
Yes.
then that Facebook post I just made, I send that to my CPA and I say, hey, I need you to share this to your database. Post it on your Facebook. Send it out to your clients. Let them know how I help save some money. And the same thing. Okay, John, so you're good on the CPA. I'm going to get you connected with my guy, financial planner, financial advisor. Do you have somebody that you work with currently?
No.
Are you interested in working with a financial advisor? Have you given that any thought?
I've thought about it.
But your wife would probably kill you, huh?
Yeah.
Fly.
She's an accountant for the city of San Antonio. So
Oh, yeah. Well, we can't upset mama. What about life insurance agent? Do you have a life insurance agent you work with?
I'm retired military, so I got VGLI.
Oh, that's great. So then you're good there. Well, awesome. Well, John, I super hope this call today was important. I mean, sorry, was helpful. Was it helpful to you? Were we able to hit all your goals and help, get you to that next stage in life?
Yes.
Great. Well, my goal is to help 50 more families this year build wealth through real estate like we've done with you. Can you think of 5 to 10 friends that are currently renting?
Oh, yes.
Awesome. Can you do a three-way text introduction to me? I'd love to meet them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So I got some referral sources out of this call. I got CPAs, accountants, financial advisor, life insurance. And then I asked them for referrals. So the question is, if you did 5 to 10 of these a month, would it increase your business? Hopefully that's a yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to be respectful of the time. I know we got 15 minutes left, and I wanted to leave some Q&A. So you guys have any questions of anything we talked about or any aha moments?
Back when you're talking about the home value as an agent, because I saw your report, how do we do that as an agent?
So many agents, I actually learned this from agents. Agents do home value reports. Um, I don't know where an agent would get it. Let's find out. I got to imagine EXP might have something.
Because we can do the CMA. So would it be better to use your mortgage partner that
I mean,
you're partnered up with to do it?
if you were my partner, I would say absolutely yes, let's do that. Because then, but yeah, check with your mortgage partner, see if they have something. EXP Realty, here we go. But I'm willing to bet because like there's a lot of tools out there. I'm willing to bet there might be a tool in your CRM or probably something that you already have that you can leverage.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of realtors post like, uh, give me your email, like on Facebook years back, type in your property address or give me your email, I'll give you your home value. And they set them up in that monthly home value drip. It's a great question. Maybe ask your broker if they know a tool, and I'll add them, that's my list to look into. Oops.
It's nice. I think one of my aha moments was, I mean, something so simple as Nextdoor.
Yeah.
That was something that, I'd never utilized before. I mean, you hear all the time, "Oh my gosh, did you see a bear on your porch?" I'm in here in Tennessee. Yeah, we saw a bear on the porch. You know what I mean? But nothing like, "Hey, this is my business." And the way that you described it wasn't pushy at all. It was very informative. I would want to reach out over stuff like that. So that was an aha moment for me. I'm gonna jump right on that.
Awesome.
Yeah. You guys, this is a great learning experience, a great learning moment. While we have Rick on the line, I would just spurt out any questions. There is no crazy questions, only the ones you don't ask to get some assistance with. So feel free, guys. So just really quick too. I'm in a neighborhood that our houses are not close by each other. I'm in the sticks a little bit, so I can't just walk door to door and hang my sign on the door and do all that stuff. So, like I said, next door is where I'll be going next because it's reaching everybody that I can't just walk up onto their property and
Yeah,
say,
and if you don't know what to say, again, ask ChatGPT. Because sometimes, like, I'm like, I have an idea, I just don't know how to execute it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I say ChatGPT is your friend. Absolutely. Anybody else have any questions for Rick? He is a wealth of information here. Awesome. Okay. Well, we've got about 10 more minutes. If you guys can think of something, if not, we won't keep Rick, but I feel like there's some questions. There's some questions that you guys could be asking. And just like the doctor's appointment, you won't know that you really have a question until you leave. So there's that.
Well, I'll put the, and on that note, I'll drop my information in the chat box. You guys can follow me on Instagram. I try to make informative videos and stuff like this daily. Um, and in addition, I'll drop my contact information. Feel free to reach out anytime.
Thank you, Rick. And two, guys, before you get off, too, we do trainings like this twice a month, every first and third Tuesday of the month, Eastern time. So make sure you guys chime in. We'll have more incredible speakers like Rick today. Rick, thank you so much for joining us and sharing all of those things and not keeping everything close to your vest, but just really just being open about it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's how we all get better by sharing and helping others improve.
Absolutely.
One quick question, Rick. Are you
Yeah.
licensed for Texas?
Yes, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Okay. Good to
Texas is
know.
my home. I grew up in Houston.
Okay.
Houston. Okay. Okay.
So,
That's good. Are you yet over in Tennessee or have any thoughts of
so
being
I actually, yes, being that I'm in Georgia, Tennessee touches. So I am not licensed in Tennessee myself. My partner is. So any of
okay.
my Tennessee business, I still help my clients in Tennessee, but I just run the licensing with through him. It's just easier.
Okay. Okay, that's good to
In
know.
mortgage, we got to do a lot of CE to stay on top of our licensing, and they charge a lot of money to us. Got to take a CE for every state, plus you got to pay a fine for every, not fine, but like a
Oh
rack. They
yeah,
racket us. It's like the mafia.
yeah,
They just constantly hit us up for money.
yeah. That's good.
So yeah, Tennessee, I can definitely help.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's good to know. I'm solid here in Tennessee, East Tennessee, and Knoxville. So
Oh, what part of East Tennessee?
I'm over in Knoxville.
Knoxville. Okay, because
Yep.
I have a property right outside of Asheville, so I go to like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge often.
Oh, good. Okay, right down
Yeah,
the street.
love that area.
Yes, yes. We love it here. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's amazing.
Awesome. Well, you guys have any more questions? We got about 8 more minutes left. I know Jonathan chimed in just a little bit ago. See, these questions will come even in the final hour. Okay. All right, guys. Has everybody copied down Rick's information in the chat? If you haven't, take this time to do it. Take a screenshot. Rick, I'm following you now.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
And
Rick, do
any
you have?
questions y'all have, reach out anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. We will. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions, we're going to go ahead and let everybody go about their day. I know you guys got a lot of stuff to do, but thank you, Rick. Thanks again for joining
No problem.
us. All
Have an
right, guys.
amazing day,
Thank
everybody.
you so much.
Bye.
All right. Bye.